Now, the U.S. Treasury Department on Thursday extended authorization for Lukoil-branded fuel stations outside Russia to continue serving customers. The move suspends parts of sanctions imposed last month under U.S. President Donald Trump. Now, Trump's measures imposed in November 2025 were aimed at putting pressure on Moscow following its invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. The sanctions had blocked Russian oil revenue flows, forcing major buyers to scramble for alternatives. And this comes as Russian President Vladimir Putin is on a state visit to India, one of the largest buyers of Russian crude. Now, Lukoil and Rosneft together account for 60% of total Russian oil output, highlighting the global stakes of these sanctions. Now, this easing allows stations in countries like the U.S. to continue operations while ensuring money still cannot flow back to Russia. Now, Treasury officials say the move is intended to mitigate harm to consumers and suppliers engaging in ordinary transactions. Now, since the sanctions were imposed about 2 months ago, Russian oil revenues have been on the decline, signaling the economic impact these measures are having, even as some flexibility is allowed abroad. The announcement comes as U.S. negotiators met with Russian President Vladimir Putin this week in what some officials describe as a push towards a potential deal to end the conflict in Ukraine. The European diplomats have warned that Russia could use these negotiations to try and stall sanctions. While the Treasury has partially rolled back Trump-era measures, sanctions remain in place to prevent revenue from returning to Russia, keeping economic pressure intact while protecting consumers abroad.